Alrighty, that is bang on time. Recording in progress. Okay, that is bang on time where I'm sitting. So let's get cracking. Hello and welcome to this live tech demo session. I'm Sarah, I'm CEO and founder of Techmatics. And we today are going to take you through how to start thinking about automating your sales as business owners. Sales, cha-ching, show me the money. It's what makes our world go round. It is absolutely not narrow, shallow, wrong, or bad, or sinful to be focusing on income. If you are not focusing on income, you don't have a business. If you don't have money, fuel pouring into your business ecosystem, it cannot stay alive. And if your business alive, you cannot help and serve people. You cannot make a difference to other people's lives. You cannot positively contribute to the body of knowledge in your field. If you're an educator, you cannot make any kind of positive impact if your business isn't making money. So we've got to start thinking like CEOs. We have to make income. That's what this business is here for. Nobody else out there in the world would go to work and work for free, right? They all expect to get paid in their jobs. You also need to get paid in your business. And I'm going to be showing you today how you can use tech to make that income thing, to make that sales thing a tiny bit easier. Who's down for some of that? Who wants to try and automate some income? Yes, please. So we're not going to be talking as such about marketing here. We have lots of other training about marketing. Today, we're talking about the behind the scenes in your tech. How can you make this conversion, this sales process, this nurturing process, this upselling process as admin limited as possible, as admin free as possible. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So as someone who has been relying on technology for well over 13 years now to essentially replace teams of people, I'm going to be showing you how we use automation behind the scenes to sell our courses, to sell coaching programs, to sell our Techmatics software, to sell workshops, boot camps, done for you services. We're going to be giving you some examples and hopefully get your brain ticking so that you can start thinking about the kind of little setups that you can do. And of course, I'm going to be showing you how to do it as well so that you can start getting some automations done in yours. We've got a couple of questions in here. Can we talk about how to use trigger links in emails? And the different kinds of checkouts. What do we got? Pros and cons of a funnel checkout versus a course checkout. All right, we will aim to get to those if we have time. Thank you. And if anyone has any questions at any point, please drop them in the chat or indeed come along, just jump in if you're on the live call and interrupt me. So there are a number of different ways to be making more money in your business using tech. And one of the biggest ones is using email automations and automated workflows. So inside Techmatics, you have a full email marketing system. And this email marketing system allows you to create automated workflows that can send emails based on purchases that people have made. They can send out a sequence of emails if somebody's opted into a free thing. They can send out a sequence of emails based on somebody visiting a particular blog page. They can send out a sequence of emails based on them booking an appointment with you or opting into a webinar, and the list is endless. You're going to see in a moment just how many different ways you can trigger off an automated workflow. So what is an automated workflow, first of all? Basically, an automated workflow is when somebody does something or doesn't do something, then do something else. Really simple way of explaining it, because this can be as creative as you want. So I wish I had my whiteboard here, because I do prefer to have a whiteboard, but let me just open up a blank document, because I just want to first of all get this this concept in your head. In fact, I might even open a real life thing over here. Let's go into our demos. So for instance, inside Techmatics, you have what's called automated workflows. So let's just go in and have a play, shall we? First of all, there will be a bunch of pre-created workflows in dashboard that we have made for you. You've got workflows for if somebody signs up for a course, if somebody books an appointment with you, an automated bot for frequently asked questions. You've got workflows in here for webinars, down here, webinar registrations, if someone signs up to a webinar. But let's go and I'm going to go into create one from scratch right here to show you all of the different kinds of options that you could have in here. So the first way that you can automate sales is you may, for instance, like to send a text message or even phone people when they join your list or opt into something. And in fact, I was actually personally at a training a couple of weeks ago, and it was based on sales training. And there is a statistic that has come out of research that shows that if you contact or follow up with a lead within the first 5 minutes of them signing up to something or opting into something, you have over a 300% chance of them buying and paying money for something or upselling than if you wait 24 hours later. That is insane, isn't it? Now, who's going to be able to contact someone within 5 minutes of an opt-in if that happens at 3 o'clock in the morning? Of course, we use tech for something like this. So the trigger, what we have here, I'm going to make this bigger so you can see this. The trigger is the thing that fires off the workflow. I like to think of like the trigger on a gun for this. What is it that pulls the trigger? What's fires it off and makes it go bang, this automation is going to start. So if we click on this in Techmatics, excuse me, that's a dry throat, you can see here that there are tons of different actions that trigger off, that fire off a workflow. So is it that somebody has become an affiliate? So we have an affiliate management system. If somebody becomes an affiliate, you might like to automatically send them a text to say, welcome to my affiliate program. You might like to automatically grant them access to, I don't know, a little mini course that you've made to explain all of your different offerings to your new affiliates. Maybe it fires off when somebody books an appointment with you. So anyone who hasn't yet gone into calendars and created appointments where people can book a free call with you, or they can book a paid consultation with you, you can create a workflow when someone books an appointment. This is really cool to be able to send that automatic email that says, hi, first name, just to confirm your appointment has been booked. Can't wait to see you there. Meanwhile, you might like to prepare for our call by watching this video or reading this resource, or I don't know, having a think about the following questions. These are all great ways that you can fire off an automation. And you can see here, there's lots of other things that can fire it off. Maybe it's someone's birthday, a new contact has been added. So the contact created is definitely one of my main triggers that I use for my what's called a welcome sequence, and we'll be looking at that in a second. So contact created, if that was our start, this is what happens when a new contact is added to your database. So of course, when somebody opts into some kind of freebie that you might have, that's a new contact. They've joined your list. The other great thing about Techmatics is when you can two-way sync your emails as well. So if somebody sends you an email for the first time, it automatically adds them as a contact in your CRM. That makes a new contact. You could, for instance, say every time a new person joins my contact record, then send them this free gift, or send them this welcome email, or send them to I don't know, one of my training videos, whatever it might be. You can be super creative with this. Maybe send them the opportunity to have a free strategy call with me. Whatever your goals are in your business, you can basically make them happen at a multiple of the rate that you probably have them happening at now, because you're acting on it straight away. So as an example here, in fact, before I go through, I'll just show you some of the other triggers first of all. So these are all triggers that we're looking at. Someone's added as a contact, you've added a note to their customer record, you've added a task to their customer record. These can all fire off other actions. Maybe a customer has replied to an email. You can fire off here. Now this gets really clever because we have inbuilt AI in these as well. You can basically create your own bots from this. So you can actually say to the system, If somebody, for instance, replies to a message and the response is positive, then send them the following messages. If the response is negative, send them the following messages. If the response contains this particular word, then send them this message. If it contains this word instead, then send them this message. So you can get super smart with that, where you can get it to basically auto detect things like if someone's asking for a refund, you can then sort of filter the kinds of messages that you send them from there on in. And we're going to have lots of other training coming up down the line on creating AI bots, chat bots, and all of that kind of sexy automated business. We love all of that, and that will be coming up soon. You can also fire off an automated workflow that's going to increase your sales and increase your customer satisfaction when people fill in forms. So this could be a form could be simply joining a newsletter or, opting into something. A form might be if you're collecting information about a product. I'll be showing you in a second how we use this trigger when a client has signed up for a service. So maybe you offer some kind of done for you services. Perhaps you're an agency or you do stuff for people in any way. The first thing they have to do is fill in a form with their basic information to get the project started. That form being filled in by the client might be the trigger that fires off the commencement of a project. So the form is filled in, that starts the project. Now you send a notification to your staff with a list of tasks. You add a bunch of pre-filled tasks to the client's record. You see how you can get very clever with the different ways of managing a project that might be fired off by a form being filled in. This also works really well if you have courses or coaching, or you are running certified training of any kind, and a student has to fill in assignments or assessments, right? You might use a form as their assessment submission procedure. So if I'm on your course and perhaps I have a little project to do to pass module 1, maybe I have to upload a document that's my homework. That document can be uploaded in a form because forms in Techmatics have file upload fields. So I can upload my assignment into a form, which will then trigger off a workflow that will notify you about the fact that Sarah has submitted her homework. So you can obviously then go and add a task to yourself automatically as well. I'll be showing you some of these in a moment. Okay, so this goes on. I'm not going to go through them all in tons of detail. We just had a question here about trigger links. A trigger link is basically when you say to the system, here's a link. This could be a link to a course, could be a link to a blog post, it could be a link to a PDF file. Any link in the world, any URL in the world, you can call a trigger link in Techmatics. And you can set up a whole automation that says, when someone clicks this link, then I want you to do the following actions. I want the following stuff to happen. We'll show you how to make trigger links today, but this is really easy. You just go into your sites and courses section, sorry, your sites and funnels, click on trigger links, and you give Techmatics the link that you want to make a trigger link. And boom, now I can click here and it will say, what trigger link is it? And you choose which link you want to make the trigger. What else do we have? You can fire off a whole automation based on if someone has a phone call with you, missed a call with you, if they have filled in a Facebook ad form, if they have started a lesson in your courses area, if they have started a module, if they've finished a lesson, if they have signed up as a new student, if they have had a course access granted to them, if they've started one of your products or opened a product that they've got, if they've completed a course or completed a product, if they simply log in, you can also fire off automations. Also in terms of your sales stages, based on certain products that people have purchased, you can fire off automations. If they've paid invoices to you, anything to do with Shopify, if they have watched a certain percentage of a video on one of your sales pages, if you've got TikTok ads running and they've clicked on a TikTok ad, all of these different things here can fire off an automation. Absolutely amazing. I'm just going to check the chat before I move on. Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. Brilliant. So let's come up with, I'm going to go and zoom out a little bit. Before I go into details of making some of these, I want to give you some more ideas of how you can start using these workflows now in your businesses to start creating more sales, nurturing those sales as soon as those leads as soon as they come in, so that you can make those leads sales as soon as possible. So what we have here, first of all, is ignore everything below the first line. I want you to only focus on the top line. Let me just see how I can move that up. No, it won't let me do it. I want you to focus only on this top bit up here. When you sit down to create any kind of automated workflow or automations in your business, particularly in regards to sales, it is really important first that you've worked out what your customer journey is. And by customer journey, we mean, let's make this really simple. What is all the stuff you sell? And I say this in nearly every call I do, because so many people overcomplicate this and don't plan what they're doing in their business around what it is that they actually sell. So your customer journey, here's an example of one in a course, the average course business or the average coaches or consultants business, right? Your customer journey is going to be everything that you sell. For example, the first stage in your customer journey is where everyone starts. Everyone starts as a lead. Everyone starts as someone who might be interested in buying from you. That's all a lead is. Okay, they've maybe opted into a free thingy, but your free thingy is certainly part of your customer journey. It's something that it's a milestone, a lily pad that people hop onto in your business. So it's a free thing at the beginning. Then you might have stuff under $100. That might be the first stage in your customer journey. Maybe you've got some kind of cheap mini course. Maybe you've got some kind of low priced resource. Maybe you have a 30-minute call, which is low priced just to get people in. So what do you sell? List everything that you sell and put it in the order of what people would buy those things in if they were to very stereotypically step through them in order of lowest to highest. So obviously not everyone would literally step through your customer journey like that. This is purely for the purposes of structuring and planning what you sell. But it would look something like that, something under $100, something between 100 to 500. Maybe you've got some kind of coaching program. Maybe you've got a membership academy. Maybe you offer one-on-one coaching. Other parts of your customer journey might be they've cancelled a membership if you had a membership. Maybe you have a done for you service. Maybe you have a boot camp. Maybe you have in-person workshops. You can see here there's lots of different things that you might sell, but the point is you're going to list them all down first and put them in order, because this is then going to help you later on know what stages to upsell people to as they're going through your sales process. This whole customer journey informs whatever sales systems you put into place. Okay, now I'm going to show you couple of really simple automations that you can do in your business. The first one is what I call, let's zoom right in over here, is what I call the welcome sequence. So as soon as somebody becomes a lead in your business, so they become a lead, they've opted into some kind of free thing, they are now a contact in your database. That's all they are, just a contact. We want to start warming people up. Now, I don't know about you, but especially in today's world, I rarely buy from people straight away today. I sit back and watch them for a while. I sit back and read their emails, I watch their socials, I watch how they communicate, I watch how they speak, because I want to work with someone whose energy, ethics, values, morals, presentation style, communication style that I personally vibe with. And this is what's happening today. This is what's going to be happening to you as well. So if you are not communicating regularly with people and showing up regularly, people aren't going to be able to make that buying decision, and you simply won't make any sales. So what you can do is use an email nurture sequence, which I call the welcome nurture sequence, to give people that opportunity to get to know you, see your style, see how you communicate, see who you are, check if they vibe with you, to be able to make that informed buying decision. If you have this in place, I guarantee you will automatically multiply your sales. Okay, so please do this. The coolest thing is within automation is you set it up once, it's done forever. Apart from a few updates you might do. It's you'd set it up once and then it's just on autopilot for the rest of time. So here's an example. They become a lead, and then the trigger is they've become a contact. And now all you're going to do is send them an email. Here's a tip of the day. Here's a really helpful tip. Here's something that they might find useful, engaging, funny, interesting. Write your emails as if they were for you. What would you like to read? What would you find interesting when you're at the beginning of your journey in the topic that you're now an expert in? What emails would you have found openable? What would have made you go, oh my gosh, every time I get an email from this person, it's fun, it's interesting, it's personable, and I actually learn something from them. It's not junk. It's just my lovely friend Nina sending me an email. All right, that's what we want to be writing emails like. And at the bottom of my emails, I always just put a PS, just saying, PS first name, here are all of the ways that I can help you, and then whatever your topic is. So mine say, here are all of the ways I can help you create an online course. If you're an expert in leadership, then yours would say, PS, first name, here are all of the ways that I can help you be a better leader. And then you might list, number 1, take my online course. Number 2, join my coaching program. Number 3, book a one-on-one call with me, whatever it is that you sell, right? So all the time, you're not only helping people, giving them that chance to get to know you and your style, you're also telling them how they can buy from you. And too many business owners who are not making enough money simply just aren't telling people how they can help people. They just sit there and hope that one of their clients will ask them, one of their leads are going to ask, hey, can I buy something from you? That's not how it works, right? We've got to say, here are all the ways that I can help you. So in your welcome sequence, you'd send them a helpful tip, you'd wait for a period of time, and then send a helpful tip. So let's go into our Techmatics account here. Oh, I've lost it. Where is it gone? No, there we go. So it might be, for instance, the trigger is that we've got a new contact. So a new contact has been created. Save trigger. And then we're going to say, now, what do we want to happen now? And you'll find, by the way, that the actions, there's even more actions now available to you in the what are we going to do next section compared to the trigger section. So there's now way more things we can do now. Once someone's been created as a contact, we can go in and send emails, text messages, phone them, send them a voicemail. So remember what I said to you? This statistic shows you get more than 300% chance of someone buying from you if you contact them within the first 5 minutes. You can pre-record a voicemail and say, not necessarily say that first name. I'm gonna be doing this with Techmatics actually very soon, and it's just going to say, hi, I'm so excited that you're here. I'm Sarah. I'm actually the CEO. Just checking in with you to say hello. Blah blah blah. Right, whatever it might be. I'm going to record that voicemail and send it as a voicemail to their phone straight away. So it looks like they've missed a call from me within the first couple of minutes of signing up, and they've got a personalized voicemail. All right, so that's one way you can do this. It can just be that you're sending an SMS straight through to them. You can send them messages on Facebook, to Instagram DMs. You can add them as affiliates. You can do tons and tons of different things. But in this particular example, all we're going to do is we're going to send them an email. So I'm just going to type in here, email, send an email, and boom, over here. Who's it from? Blah, blah, blah. Who's it to? Blah, blah, blah. What's the subject? Blah, blah, blah. And here we're simply going to go, hi, and then you click on custom value, contact, first name. Hi, first name. That little field there will pre-fill the person's first name. No matter how many times, how many different people go through this, it will fill their first name. How does the system know what their first name is? Well, when they became a contact, they've either become a contact by messaging you on Facebook, so it will use their first name from there, or they've become a contact in your system by DMing you on Instagram, so Techmatics will use their first name from there, or they've become a contact in your system because they've sent you an email, they will use that first name from there, or they've become a contact in your system because they filled in some kind of opt-in to one of your free things, which of course has your first name and email. So that's how the system knows what their first name is, okay? Then of course, you're just gonna send an email saying, blah, 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 lovely to meet you. You know, I'm gonna send you a couple of tips, blah, 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 lovely lots. Come and join my Facebook group. PS, you can book a call with me here if you wanna have a chat. Lots of love from me, okay? Save action. It's not gonna let me do this because I haven't put a real email in here. So let me just pick one, Sarah at sarahcordiner.com. Okay, save action. Boom, I've done it. I've made a workflow. When a contact is created, we then send them an email. Now here, what happens next? Remember when I showed you, we want to now wait for a period of time, then send them another email. Wait for a period of time, send them another email. Wait for a period of time, send them another email. You get the point, right? This is how we make one of the most simplest automations that exist. So I'm going to press the add button and we're simply going to type in wait, right? We've got wait here. This adds a wait step. And I'm going to say, wait for, I don't know, maybe I'm going to send them an email every 3 days. So I'm going to just type in 3 days so that as a label, so I know what this step is. Time delay, wait for 3 days. Save, boom. So now a contact is added to our system. They are sent that email. We wait for 3 days. We press add and we send them another email. Ta-da! You get the point, right? So I'm not going to go through all that. Maybe we want to send them an SMS. Okay, send an SMS. Hurrah! Now, by the way, you do have to purchase an SMS number for this to work. The process for doing that is slightly different depending on which country you are in, just as a heads up. But we do have instructions, guides, templates on how to do that. You also can book a call with one of our tech experts if you want help. But basically, you purchase a phone number, and it can be a mobile number or a landline. You can connect both to your Techmatics account. And from there, once you've purchased the phone number and you've gone through the steps that are required depending on the country you're in, your phone number, your phone and SMS functionality will then be enabled inside Techmatics. So do get in touch with our support team if you want help with that. We can help you get that set up. But basically, here is like a text message. So I could just go, hey, contact, first name. Great to have you with us. Want to book a call, whatever it might be. Or have you got free stuff yet? Or do you want to join my coaching program that starts in 30 days, whatever it might be. Okay, so I'm going to press save action and boom, now they get sent an SMS. So you can do all kinds of different actions in here. So I'm just going to press add. Again, we might send them that voicemail over here. So I simply upload the voicemail. So if I was to record a quick audio on my phone using the voice recorder, most phones have a free voice recorder on them. I would just send that to myself on Facebook or email or something, wherever, and you just upload the file right here. Boom, we've now got a voice message that can send to that person. How cool is that for creating that instant connection with your client? Lots of other things we can do here. We can even send them to your AI appointment booking bot. So let's say you want to get people on a call. That's one of the first things you want to do. You want to book that free strategy call with you, have that chat, get to know that person. You can actually create an AI appointment booking bot. What is the first message? How does that look? What's the next message that comes up? You can have a good play with this. We do have instructions on that, and we will be doing more tutorials on some of our AI stuff. I just want to start filtering your mind with some of the opportunities you have here. You can also send review requests on autopilot based on a certain period of time. So let's pretend this is a course. And instead of the contacts being created is the trigger, then the trigger would be that they have joined a course. Okay, and then you've waited 30 days, maybe it's a 30-day long program, and then you send them a review request. So, they should have reached the end of the program by then. You want to get some reviews, right? So this gets very, very clever. That's one example of how we create a flow like this. And of course, they just go on and on and on. If you want to, I keep going to that window for some reason. Let me move this over here. If you want to just create what's called this nurture sequence, this is a great workflow, a really simple workflow to do. Add an email, wait for a certain period of time, send another email, wait for another period of time, send an email, wait for another period of time. You get the point, right? You're nurturing, and if you're leaving at the bottom of your email, PS, here are all the ways I can help you, your nurturing and your sales now begin to happen on autopilot. It's being done for you by the system. Absolute game changer. Let's talk about how we could use this, for instance, for project management then, right? So that's an example of a very simple email nurture sequence. Here is how we have used this in my business for automating projects. Now, before I move on to this one, I'm just going to check the chat because I've seen some questions come up. So when would you use the email workflow versus email campaigns? Okay, great question. What's the difference between automated emails and one-off campaigns? That's a very, very good question. So I'm just going to take you back there. Yes, I'm happy to move. Let's take you into, so this is a demo account, so it's saying stuff isn't connected because it's not, because it's pretend account. Let's go into marketing and emails over here. There are two different ways to send emails in any email system, but also in Techmatics. The first type of email you can send is a one-off email. So you want to send out just a one-off email today. I don't know, you're feeling inspired, you've written a story, you want to send it out to somebody, or you've got some kind of workshop on this week and you just want to send it out, an email out today. This is where you will send out a one-off campaign. Okay, a campaign is you create your email. And by the way, you always create your emails in Email Builder first. You build your email first, and then you send it in campaigns. You build it in Builder, and then you send it out in campaigns. So a one-off campaign is just, you've just decided that you want to do it now. I do campaigns, for instance, if I travel a lot for conferences. I want to send out a one-off email next week, but I know I'm going to be at a conference and probably won't have time. So I simply will create an email and then go into campaigns and schedule that email to go out next Tuesday when I'm at a conference. So that's how you would do one-off emails. The automations, the automated workflows, is when you want a whole series of emails to go out when somebody does a certain thing, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'll just go back into project, how to like a project management flow for a second, and then I'm going to show you how to actually create these emails using the builder and the campaign section. Okay. So first of all, if you are doing any kind of project management, either for your own projects to help you manage yourself and your own workflow, or you have virtual staff that help you, remote working staff that help you, or you have in-house teams, this can also be used, this automated workflow sections can be used for project management. Again, the sky's the limit with creativity and how complex you can make this. But as an example, we have workflows if somebody has requested a quote. We have workflows if a project has commenced. So as an example, when somebody has started a particular project, and that's usually fired by them filling in their project commencement form. The trigger is, the automation is triggered by them filling in their client commencement form. It gives them a tag. It moves them to the next stage in my customer journey that says live project. They're given access to a course, which is just called their onboarding area. And this says, hello, welcome to your course creation setup service. I explain in a little video how their project's going to work. And they're then given another form to fill in to upload their logos and all the stuff we need to do their project for them. Then we notify the team members. So we send an internal notification. I'm going to show you this, don't worry. And then we send a welcome email to the client, letting them know how their project is going to go. And of course, we can then check in with them as the project is going on. This is just an example. You can use this for quote requests, but now we have quotes inside Techmatics, so this has been automated even more. But if you're collecting, if somebody basically inside your Techmatics account accepts a quote that you've sent them from the new quoting section, then you can automatically fire off automations that again are going to notify a team member that that quote's been accepted, which will then fire off the project started timeline as well. So again, I'll just give you a quick look inside the system here to show you how you might do something like that. You go into your automated workflows, you go to create a new automation. I'm going to press start from scratch on this one. Again, just to show you how the process works. So the trigger for a project usually would be either that the pipeline stage has moved. So they've moved to, accepted a project, or they have filled in a form. Okay, so form has been submitted. The form is form submitted, and it might be your, project commencement form. might have been filled in by the client. Then you tell the system which form. So the form is, and then of course, I haven't got a project commencement form in here. You have to make the form first, but let me pretend it's that one. Let's pretend that's the form they filled in to start their project. We're going to press save trigger. So now when somebody fills in your project commencement form, then what happens? Well, you can create a tag, add a contact tag. The tag is has started the XYZ project. Done, add new tag, save action. Then we might want to send a staff notification. So we're going to press notification there, send a staff notification. It's going to be an email. And it's going to be from me to them. I don't know if it's going to let me do this. The subject is client project has started. And then it's going to be, who's it going to? A particular user. So in this case, Febby is going to be in charge of this project. So Febby is going to get the notification saying, hey, this project has started. And it will be, hi, Febby, this client has started their project. Okay, and then this is where you can even pre-fill the form information. So you go to your custom values, you put in contact first name here, and you could go custom values, contact last name. Of course, you probably put them together as full name, but you can even then go into custom values, and you can choose, these are all of the fields that you've ever created in any of your forms. So for instance, we always ask people, oh, this is a very standard one. But this is where maybe they've uploaded their logo. So if you put in, that's the logo, that's gonna, when the client fills that form in, the logo will actually pre-fill in this email as well. And they don't have to do all of this. It can just be a notification. This client has started their project. Please get in touch with them and, you know, do their start call or something, right? I'm just making this up as I go along. Boom. So basically what happens is when someone fills in that project commencement form, Febby or yourself, because you can send this to yourself, of course, is now going to get a notification that the project has started. So it's not going to let me do this because I need an email at sarahcordiner.com. Okay, so that's one thing you could do, is create an internal notification. You could even like send them another email. Maybe there's another form they need to fill in. Okay, so you'd send the client an email saying, hi, first name, welcome to the project. It's so great to have you here. Here's how it's going to work. Another thing you could do is you could press add here. You might grant them access to a particular product. So you can scroll down to your memberships area. Memberships is like your courses and products area. Maybe like me, you've created like an onboarding course that explains their project, what they're going to get. Maybe there's some free training that you give someone when they start a project. So you're just simply going to grant them access to one of your offers. So grant offer, which one? This will show all of your products, your ebooks, your courses, your memberships and everything that you have. Let's grant this person access to our big course. That's the name of my course. Boom, that will now automatically give them access to that. So this gets very cool, takes all of your admin away. And of course, it's putting your sales on autopilot as well, because we can now start waiting for a certain period of time and upselling again. Maybe this project goes for 30 days. So let's wait for 30 days. We know it will be finished in that time. And then send them a review request. Let's send them a review request. How did it go? What kind of review do we want to send them? We want to send them a review request by SMS and press save. So now they're going to get a review request by text. Then perhaps we want to send them another email to upsell them to something else. So now we'd send an email saying, hi, custom value, contact first name. Hi, first name. How was your service? Did you love it? Did you know that I now have a membership you can join so that you can keep doing this stuff all the time with my help forever, right? So you can upsell here, okay? Upsell, upsell, upsell to the next thing. Press save. It's obviously not going to let me do that because I'm not going to put the email in, but boom, someone's filled in a form. You've now internally notified staff. Now, the other thing you can do is if you've got a kind of service where you have the same tasks that then need to be done for each client, You can even now automate the task checkoffs in the task area as well. So we could add here, let me press add tasks, add a task. So this person's project has started because they filled in the form. And now we're going to create, add, I'm going to call this project tasks for XYZ project, whatever it is that they've bought or paid for. And the title is going to be tasks for XYZ project. And then in here, you can simply list all of the stuff that needs to be done for this person's project. So I don't know, I'm going to make up something for a setting up Facebook ads. So book the consult with the client. What else might need to be done? Get the client media for the ad, get the copy. It might be check client has given us admin control in their Facebook ad account. Right, you get the point. There's all these tasks that need to be done. Do this, do that. You get the point. And finish this. Assign it to, so who's been assigned this project? Well, I'm going to make Febby in charge of this project. So now when Febby logs in, not only will all of these tasks show up in the individual client's record, also is going to be assigned to Febby in Febby's task list. When is it due? Well, this project needs to be completed within 30 days. So I'm going to give Febby 5 days to get to these tasks here. So now, boom, we've got all of the tasks in here as well. So we're creating our to-do list. It's coming up in our tasks area. It's being assigned to particular individuals, even if that individual was ourselves. If you didn't have staff and this is you doing the work, you'd just assign yourself as the person whose task it is. They're also going to have all of this show up in that client's record too. Absolutely amazing what you can do here. So I'm just going to call this demo, save. All right, so there's a couple of examples of some of the many unlimited ways that you can use workflows to start to automate your business, get rid of your admin, speed up your customer engagement time, and start putting those sales and those upsells on autopilot, get people buying from you much quicker from as soon as they sign up. Now, in terms of going back to the email thing, we just showed you there how you can create quick little emails inside the automation builder. But if you want those emails to be much prettier designed, you want them to be formatted properly, you want them to have proper footers so that you're compliant with GDPR, people can unsubscribe and things like that, you do need to use the email builder, and you can actually instead of writing the text like I just showed you there, you can bring in what's called template created emails. So I'm just going to show you now how you can create these prettier looking emails and how you send them either as one-off campaigns, or how you can then inside those workflows send the prettier email instead of those just text-based ones. So inside your marketing and email section, you're going to click on emails, and remember, first, we build the email in Builder, and then we send the email either in campaigns or in our automated workflows. So let's go to Email Builder first. Now, inside your Techmatics account, we have created for you a master template that you can design to match your own branding. If you haven't yet, the first thing you need to do is just redesign that master template into your branding. You only have to do that once and then it's done forever. So type in master in your email templates search box here, and this will then bring up this folder called master template. Open that up, and then pick one that you're going to use, press edit, and you want to just adjust this to suit your particular brand. And this is going to become your forever master, okay? So let's show you roughly what this might look like, okay? You've got a footer in here. These fields, these dynamic fields, you do not need to edit these. What these dynamic fields will do is adjust and pre-fill with your account information. So you will, this where it says contact location owner first name, that will be your name. your second name, your email address. Now, this here has been designed with compliance in mind for email sending, okay? Just to give you a heads up. This will pre-fill with the year it is right now. It will pre-fill location.name means your company name. The location address will be the address that you have made in your company profile settings that your Techmatics account is owned by. These are all legal requirements as to what needs to be on the footer of an email. Under various laws like GDPR, PR legislation such as anti-spam and so on. And this also will make sure that all of your emails have the unsubscribe link at the bottom, that all important opt-out for your people. And you, of course, have your social media share buttons. So you don't need to edit anything on here. That will all pre-fill for you. However, you can obviously edit the color and what it looks like by clicking on it here. Your edit area is over here. So if you didn't like that particular color, you can go here, put in your own brand code or choose any of the colors that you want to make. You also will just click on these social media buttons and you'll see here on the left-hand side, you can now go in and add your Facebook URL. You can click on the little Instagram one and add in your Instagram URL. Of course, if you don't have Twitter or whatever, you just delete that particular icon, okay? But this is where you're gonna, just for the first time, the first time only, fill this in. When you press Save Template, that will save those settings forever. You won't need to do this every time you send an email. This is just the first time just to create your particular footer, your template. So now from this point on, you use this template each time you create an email. You're always going to have this set up and running. So let's pretend you set that up however you want. And now you just want to go and send out, create an email. This could be an email again, whether it's going to be a one-off or whether it's going to be in your automations. Here's what you're going to do. So you're going to go into emails, click on email builder. Every single time you're going to find your master template that you've created and you're going to press clone. So you don't use the master template because that will just rewrite to the master. You're going to press clone. So press clone and give it its name. So let's pretend I'm selling this yellow highlighter in this email I'm going to send out. I've got a special deal on yellow highlighters. So my email is going to be, I'm going to call it yellow highlighter email promotion. Okay, that's what my email's about. You might come up with your own conventions as well. You might actually have a date on it. You might like to put dates at the beginning. So I'm in Australia, so we might do it dates like this. And mine would be the 23rd of August, because that's the way we do it here, 23. That might be how you decide to name your emails that you send out, just for the sake of organizing, right? So I'm going to press clone. And now this is going to give me my template. See here, it's all pre-done now, but it's a brand new email. So it's not going to overwrite my template because I cloned the master. Now you can see here in your email builder, this becomes really easy to make it look as pretty as you want. I might like to have an image at the very, very top. So drag and drop the image over, press edit. You can either use AI image creator or upload from the media library. Let's do a yellow pen, or let's do a highlighter. Let's see if I can get a yellow highlighter. Ooh, can't spell. Yellow highlighter. And I can go to, I don't know, let's go to Pixabay. Boom, here we go. Here's a highlighter. So there's my image. All of these are commercial use images in here, by the way. Then I'm going to go back to the elements. So press this plus button, which gives you your elements. I'm going to drag some text over, text section. And let's just start typing in here. Hi. And then we want to put in their first name, right? So up here, you're going to press custom values. See this funny little sign here? When you hover over it, it will come up with the term. Hi, custom value, contact, first name. That's going to pre-fill it with their first name. Here is my deal on highlighters, right? Of course, write nicer emails than that. Don't just blast people with sales. Just doing a demo, of course. All right, love me, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And your template may have PS, here are all the other things I sell. Here's how you can book a call with me, Okay, so let's say I'm happy with that email. We're going to press save template, but I will just show you a couple of other things you can add in here. You can add in videos. Maybe there's a little video of you doing a demo with your highlighters. So drag and drop the video element. And you can see here, you can choose where that video is hosted. So you might just have it on YouTube. You just drop in the YouTube video URL over there. So let's just type in YouTube. Let's just grab a video. Oops. So let's grab this. Stop. Let's press share. You get your video URL from your video. Oopsie, where's it gone? Share, copy. Let's go back to your email and you just paste in that YouTube URL there. And ta-da, there it is. There's the video inside your email right there. Save template. So now you have built your email in the email builder. So there's my email. Let's pretend I'm happy with that. And that's the one I want to email out. To send my email, I'm either going to send it from campaigns if it's just a one-off email. If I want to send it in an automation, i.e. that's the email that's going to go out to absolutely everybody every time they buy X course, it's going to be in an automation. And I'm going to show you both ways of doing that right now. So let's pretend that was an email that goes out in one of my automations. I'm going to go back to my automated workflows and I am going to, let's just pick one. Which one did we just do? I think I called it demo. There's that one I just made, random demo. So this particular automation I just did was somebody started a project. So maybe the first email that sends is that email. That email I just made about highlighters can be the first email we get. So there's the option to send an email. So as you saw here, I can either just write content in there, but if I want to send that pretty one that I've just made, I go to select template and I find that email I've just written. There's the yellow highlighter email promotion that I've just made. Boom. It's now all pre-filled everything. That email is going to be sent. I press save action and there we have it. So I designed it beautifully in the builder. And then inside the automations, I set that email as the one that gets sent when something happens. That's one of the cases that you'd use it in an automation. If, however, this is just a one-off email, then I want to send out to all of my list or a segment of my list only, and it's not going in an automated workflow, then we send it from campaigns. So I'm going to go back to my emails. Let's pretend I just want to send this as a one-off email and it's not part of a repeating workflow. We're going to go up into emails. We've designed it in the builder, and now we're going to send it in campaigns. So let's click on campaigns over here. We're going to click on the big create a campaign. So everything you see down here are emails that you've sent in the past. All right. Over here, create a campaign. We're now going to be asked, what email are we sending? So go and find the one that you've just created. So I use the search bar always. There's the one we've just made. Scroll along and you're going to press the green check. This says, yes, this is the one that we want to send out. Now, first of all, it'll give us the opportunity to make any last edits. So it's just going to show us there's the email we just made with my special highlighter promotion. Now, I'm happy, no edits I want to make. Yeah, that's definitely the one I want to send. We're going to press send or schedule. And then this is where we get the option to send it right now, or maybe I want to send it on Tuesday next week when I'm at my conference, right? So let's go here. My internet's decided it doesn't want to work right now, doesn't it? Come on, internet. Just going to get the chat while that's loading. Okay, Susan said, help, thanks, that's helped me get it. Good. Let me just press refresh. I don't know why this isn't showing up. Oh, is it because this is a pretend account, Nat? We need to really connect some email systems to this so that we can do proper demos. Let me just check. It should be able to. Oh, here we go. It's working now. So I've gone into campaigns. I've said I want to create a new campaign, and then I've chosen the email I want to send and press the green tick. I've checked whether there's any edits to make, and then I've pressed the big blue send or schedule button. When you press the big blue send or schedule button, this is the page you'll get next. And it says, hey, do you want to send it now? Do you want to send it later? Okay, so maybe if I press send now, obviously I just select that one. I then am going to choose who I want to send it to, and I'm going to press send, and boom, that will start sending straight away. Maybe I want to send it on Tuesday next week. So I'm going to click on schedule, and then I'm going to choose the date. Let's send it on Tuesday next week at, I'm going to send it out at 7:30 a.m. So it's the first thing everyone sees. Please check the time. This is very important if you're like running a webinar or something. Make sure you checked what time zone it's going out at. This time zone by default is set by the country at which your Techmatics account is owned by. So inside your business settings, where you've put your address and your country in your business profile settings, that's the time zone that this will be defaulted to. So, I have clients in the US. I just have to be aware of the fact that I have to send this out usually the day later. That makes sense. I'm not going to go into time zones right now. Just be aware of that. So I want to send this on Tuesday next week at 7:30 a.m. Choose the email address you want to send it from, who you want to say it's from, because you can change all of this, by the way. You can completely change this stuff. What's the subject of the email? Massive sale on today for yellow highlighters. Okay, whatever it might be. And then it's who do you want to send it to? So you drop down here. This is where you can choose all of your contacts. Now we've only got 22 people in this pretend account. So if I've clicked on all contacts, it's going to send to every single person in my contact database. Now be aware of this, because remember that Techmatics is your CRM and it's an email marketing system. In the CRM side, people are created as a contact in your CRM, regardless of how they've contacted you. And therefore, not all of those people have opted in to be on your mailing list. So you may want to create what's called a smart list, which will only send to people who have actually opted in to be sent email communication. Email marketing, you only send out comms to people who have opted in to receive marketing from you. Contact database in your CRM, that's just a contact list, and it's completely different. So if you want help creating a smart list of only people who have opted in to a free thing or a freebie or a mailing list, you can choose to a smart list and then only send it to your mailing list. Do jump on a call with Nat or one of the team if you want help doing that. But all contacts if all of those people are happy to receive email communication from you. And then I'd simply press schedule. Boom. Now, this one-off email through campaigns will go out on Tuesday next week to everyone that I have selected. And you can go in and view that by going into your marketing and emails, clicking on email campaigns, and you can see here all of the emails that have gone out, when they went out, and all of the emails that you've got scheduled to go out will show here as well. So I hope that answers your question about the difference between email automations and campaigns, and giving you some ideas as to how you can start using those automated workflows to start replacing some of the admin tasks in your business, increasing your chances of getting more sales, and importantly, doing all of that on autopilot. So that wraps up today's little session on automating. Of course, we could do weeks and weeks worth of training just on this one feature alone, because there's so many different ways that you can creatively use it depending on your business. If any of you have questions, obviously do drop those in our Facebook group, the Techmatics community official Facebook group. Of course, you can also contact support on techmatics.com. If you need help with anything, please go to the support page on our website. So go to the Techmatics website. There's a big button at the top that says support, and that will show all of the different ways that you can get support and help if you want anyone to help you out with all of these things. As always, enjoy the process. This is a massive system. You can only learn one thing at a time, one step at a time, and enjoy learning this stuff as you go. Otherwise, guys, happy teching. See you all soon. Bye.